In a world of seemingly endless podcasts comes what many would call another one. Welcome to the Two Men podcast with your hosts Tim Matson and Phil Powell. Now please join these two confirmed men, that's two moderately entertaining nerds, as they take you on another podcast adventure that's guaranteed to be funny. Or not. This week the two men ask the experts.
Welcome to another two-man podcast.
Yeah, baby.
Woo! You're fired up. I know you are. I can hear it over the internet.
I don't know that that's how the internet works, Phil.
Oh, well, I can hear somebody that's fired up. It's you or me, somebody.
It is us. We
It
are
is us.
firing on all cylinders. And today we have decided to treat you,
Yes.
and I use treat in a liberal manner,
Yes.
to treat you to another quick fire round with Phil and Tim.
Right. Ask the experts. All right. I will go first.
I have unilaterally decided
All right.
to let you go first.
To let me go to ask you a question first?
Yeah, you go
All
ahead
right.
and read your idea first.
How do you go about buying something that you know nothing about? What's your best advice on that?
My best advice to buy something you don't know anything about. Sounds like I'm going car shopping because I know nothing about cars.
Right.
There's with most things, I use the internet to find some sort of review or other
Right.
opinions.
Right.
Unless it's an embarrassing item like a sex toy of some sort, then I don't really want to know people know that I'm buying that. So that would try to keep that
but that would
private.
prevent you. But that wouldn't stop you from looking up a
No,
sex toy on the
I guess
internet.
that's true. Other than your internet search history, which, as with everyone's internet search history, is like a landmine.
Right.
You don't want anyone venturing out into there.
Have you bought jewelry?
Oh, yeah.
Do
I
you
bought
know-
jewelry.
Do you know anything about it?
Very little. I know very little about jewelry. I don't know. Is it sparkly? Then yes, I
Have you
will
paid
buy
a lot
it.
of money for it?
I have bought a couple pieces of jewelry that I did pay a lot of money. I bought.
So how do you know that wasn't a total scam?
God, I don't know. The one time I actually did, other than an engagement ring and a
Yes.
wedding ring, those are one thing. But outside of that, I did buy one thing that was very expensive, and at the time, my good friend Lee Strickland,
Yes.
our good friend,
Yes.
was working at Schiffman's jewelry store, so I made her go with me to pick it out,
Right.
so that
But she told you things, I'm sure, that had no meaning to you.
not much, no,
Like,
but I
this
trusted that she knew what she was doing.
This is blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
With blah, 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 blah. Oh, and it's very blah.
Yeah, exactly.
For all you know, it could have been a piece of plastic.
It could be plastic that they got out of a Cracker Jack box.
What I find strange about jewelry shopping is you're making, when you know nothing, it's like you're putting something in front of you and one has an absurd price tag and another has an absurd price tag, and you're going, I don't know, that one looks a little prettier.
I know. The thing is, there's nothing. The most confusing time in your life will be going to buy a diamond for anything.
Yes.
Because they will throw all these things, all the occlusions and the carats and the this and that.
Yeah.
You're like, this one's bigger and more sparkly. I want that one. Oh no, that one's
that's the
it's
color.
got many
on that.
imperfections
Oh,
and
if you looked at this under a microscope like I do, it'd
I
be like,
don't
well,
care.
I'm not looking at it under a
it's
microscope.
big and sparkly. That's all I care about.
And it fits my budget.
Exactly, and it's cheaper. So
Oh. So my next question to you.
yeah.
What is the best way, you're advising the listeners, what is the best way to let someone know you like them? And by like, I mean like.
Like, not just like. You like.
You like.
I don't know, man. I think mostly what I do is some intensive internet stalking.
All right.
so to
that's
kind
how
of
you let people know you like them.
Well, yeah, by intensively stalking them on Facebook.
By commenting on every photo from the 19...
No, I'm not saying comment. I mean, that gets a little weird. You know, you're in that gray area. It's cool if you comment on a photo that they've posted in the last few days.
Yes.
But if you suddenly comment on a photo that they posted 3 years ago, that's a little off the charts. That's
Yes.
a little weird. So yeah, I would not do that, because then you come across as then you've let them know
That
that
you're
you have stalked them back like 3 years on Facebook, and
Right.
that's, while perfectly acceptable in private, is not good public information.
It's perfectly acceptable in private.
Yeah, it's perfectly acceptable. I mean, I think in nowadays, I mean, it's great that Facebook exists, because you can kind of get an idea of what this person likes, what they
But don't you
are
have
into.
Now all right, I'll ask you a really personal question that
Okay.
is, so have you ever stalked somebody that you were interested in on
Uh-huh.
Facebook
Yeah. Okay.
and looked at who they were dating and
Like,
thought-
I can beat them.
That's right.
I'm better than that.
Have you ever compared yourself in a sense, like you thought, I think I could take him. I think
No,
I could
take that. Yeah.
I think it's like
They could do better.
it's like or you might look at them and they're really good looking and athletic, and you're like,
Like,
no,
no, I
I'm
should
not
bow
gonna
out
do-
now.
Yeah.
No, honestly, I haven't really stalked anybody that hardcore on Facebook.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I'm just saying.
Tim's lying.
It's-
He's lying.
I mean, the closest I've come is when I was interested in Jenny.
Mhm.
I did actually do some intensive online research, because I knew that she'd done a lot of radio and acting in the UK when she was over there.
But you stalked her. Did she stalk you? You think?
Oh, she's far too attractive to stalk me. So no.
But don't you think though? But see, attractive people would stalk unattractive people for for fear reasons.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, I mean, she has a child.
Oh, my
you
gosh.
just want to make sure that everyone's safe. You're not,
I mean,
you're
there
not
should
a
be some
freak.
sort of online alert when someone unattractive searches your profile on Facebook.
That's right.
Warning. I wouldn't get anywhere then.
That's right.
It's terrible.
All right. Whose question? Whose turn?
That's my turn. What I would like to know is there something that you suspect you might be the only one who enjoys or hates?
I like listening to myself in a recording.
That is weird. Do you
I'm-
really? Because I don't like listening to my voice. It doesn't come out the way I think I sound.
Now, see, I'm just the opposite. I like how I sound, and I like listening to myself. There's very little about our podcast. On occasion, I hate it when I mispronounce a word or when I stumble over something. But in general,
See, I live for the moments when you screw up. That makes
Yes.
me look good.
I like the sound of my voice. I should let myself know that I like me.
you might want to pass yourself a note.
That's right.
Okay,
That's all I got.
that's fair. All right, hit me up with one of yours.
How can you tell when a toupee is bad?
How can you tell when a toupee is bad? Generally, when it's sitting on top of William Shatner's head, that's a good sign that it's probably a bad toupee.
Sometimes I look at my own hair and I think it looks like a toupee. And
Now that I can't tell, does that make it a really good toupee? Because
I mean, I know it's my real hair, but how can your own hair look like a toupee?
I don't know. That's very strange.
Well, I don't know. It needs better styling sometimes, I think. Now, I don't feel that way all the time, but but that's a strange name, toupee. I tell you what, I didn't want to believe it when I found out that William Shatner had a toupee. I didn't want
That
to believe
shattered your world?
I did.
I'm honestly one of the worst
I
people when it comes to
defended
that.
on the playground. I defended William Shatner
Really?
because somebody said that he was wearing a toupee, and I said that they were a
Take that back.
You're a liar. William Shatner does not have fake hair. Captain Kirk,
That's funny.
perfect in every way. No, I didn't want to believe it. For years, I denied it. I was a toupee denier. I was a Shatner toupee denier.
I'm sure he appreciates that.
Yeah, you're right. In hindsight.
Somewhere Bill Shatner's heart just grew 3 sizes.
Why is it that you think the wind is so hostile?
I don't know what to say to that. I don't think the wind is particularly hostile.
Don't you think it is?
No, that's weird.
Well, then how would you describe the wind?
I prefer to find it bracing.
Bracing?
Yeah.
What's that mean?
If it's like a cold wind, it's kind of, invigorating and makes you feel alive.
So then you would say that the wind is invigorating.
I like it when it's a windy day.
Mm-hmm.
I like the blustery days.
So if I took a fan and put it right at your face, you'd think that was great.
No, I would think that was weird.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, and a little invasive of my personal space. I would not appreciate that. But if I was outside and there was a breeze, I would appreciate it.
All right, I have a question for you. Unless
No, go ahead. You're fine.
Not what historical figures would you like to have dinner with, but what 3 cartoon characters do you want to have dinner with?
Which 3 cartoon characters would I want to have
have dinner with?
Oh boy. That's a great question. I would actually expand on that and using cartoon as in animated characters. So that includes computer generated characters.
Yeah.
I would want to have dinner with a character from a game called Mass Effect named Mordin Solus, who is an alien. So basically, I would like to have an alien as a dinner companion. I would also include Bugs Bunny.
Yeah, I think that's a good choice. He's a good middleman.
Yeah, well, he is a lot of creative non sequiturs.
Right.
So,
what would you ask Bugs Bunny? What would be the first question that you would want to know of Bugs Bunny?
I would want to know if he ever made the right turn at Albuquerque.
I'm sure that's a reference to something obscure.
Every time, don't you remember? Every time he is going someplace, he ends up someplace wrong. Like the time he was in the cartoon with the bull,
right? And he comes
pulls up the map. And I must have made that wrong turn at Albuquerque.
Oh, right, that's right.
So yeah, that would be something I'd want to know. Is why does every route he takes go through Albuquerque?
I would want to know if he could ask Daffy Duck how he is able to survive a shotgun blast to the face.
And put his bill right back on.
To me, that's
a skill.
That's that. If I could learn that technique, if he would offer a master class in taking a shotgun
technique.
Yeah, a shotgun blast to the face technique. That's now I would think that the learning process would be, fraught with potential hazards.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That would be what I would see if I could get on the. So maybe Daffy Duck would be the one to ask. So you got Bugs Bunny, you got this other alien dude, and who else? Who do you have the most questions? No super friends, no comic book characters are going to make this list.
No,
you don't care about superheroes.
You know what? I would have Mickey Mouse.
I never liked Mickey Mouse. Never liked him. Thought he was boring. Daffy Duck, Donald Duck. I have a preference for ducks.
I agree. I prefer Donald Duck cartoons to Mickey Mouse cartoons. I'm just saying. With a lot more respect than I think you intended. But I do think that's fascinating.
His initial stage name was Steamboat Willie.
Yeah. Well, I just think that he's lived through the process of animation from early sketches and hand-drawn stuff to computer-generated stuff, modern day. And even been involved in video games as a character. I think that would be an interesting thing to talk to that character about its evolution.
What's the best way to handle baby spit up?
That depends. Your baby or somebody else's baby. Because that makes all the difference in the world. Anything your own baby does is way more acceptable to you than if it was somebody else's baby.
Okay. So let's say it's your baby spitting up on
it's
people who are not you.
Oh, that's fine. It's embarrassing slightly, but still, you're grateful that it's not you. As a parent, you get spit up on enough that it feels great to have someone else experience it.
I don't get baby spit up. And
It's a good thing that you don't.
I just don't understand why it was necessary. There are a lot of things, like for instance, I was listening to a documentary, and they were talking about butterflies, and there's a butterfly apparently that doesn't poop, that takes in nutrients, and that it all gets used up. Everything gets used up.
Wow.
And I think, well,
That's a real time saver.
That's thinking. That's thinking.
Although,
so baby spit up.
Yeah.
That's not thinking. Somebody's dropping the ball.
No.
That's not needed. We could have just done.
No, but I mean, it can't be helped.
Well, it can be helped, but that doesn't mean that the design process.
It is a flawed design, yes. I'll grant you that, yes. They could spend a little bit more time on that aspect of the design work.
Oh, we had one. She's now a lovely young lady, but well, actually, technically, she's my cousin, but she's my much younger cousin.
I can't make up my mind if this is about to be creepy or not.
No, it's not.
This is sounding
but she
vaguely on the creepy scale, but we'll move on.
She spat up. Is spat correct? Okay. She spat up way longer than you're normally supposed to. It's like whatever that develops that stops you from doing that.
Yeah.
Hers was slow growing. So she was like, I want to say 2 and still like projectile, type.
Wow.
Spit up kind of projectiles.
I feel for her parents. That would be a lot of work.
And it was, I kept saying, I don't know what it is that has to grow on her that needs to stop this.
But I'll be over here waiting for that to happen.
We need to contribute to a fund to make this happen a little sooner, because family get-togethers are getting a bit strained because of the vomiting baby. Yeah. Sarah, you're a lovely young lady.
That's something
you turned out fine. You know what? In fairness, haven't seen her do it in years.
Suspect she's probably over it.
I think she's fine now.
Hey, Phil.
Yes.
Do you know what time it is?
Is it time for an opinion of instantness?
It is a time for an opinion that comes in instantaneously. I screwed that up. Way to go, Tim. All right, but anyway, it's time for instant opinions.
Yes.
It's that time when I give Phil some words or phrases, and he has to render his instant opinion. All right, here we go. Number 1, noisy neighbors.
Noisy neighbors. I am noisy neighbors in so many ways that it's hard for me to think of anything good about noisy or nosy. Noisy. I hate their noise, and I can't think of anything good. They're just bad all the way around, and especially their bass music. I hate their bass music.
Pineapple upside down cake.
Pineapple upside down cake. I'm pro it because it defies gravity. It's like that musical Wicked. Pineapple upside down cake. I like pineapples too. I'm not a fan of eating anything that's multisyllable though, because that's a lot. That's a mouthful. Yes, it is.
Monkey bars.
Monkey bars. Pro them. Smashed my face and my brain into a lot of them. So we have a kinship, monkey bars and I. It's a pain. Pain brings a bond that you just can't. And many a children I chased and fell. Monkey bars are a life lesson.
They are indeed, and they should be. They should be rough and difficult, just like life.
Were you ever King Kong on the top of the monkey bars?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we played King of the Monkey Bars.
King of the Monkey Bars.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll let you do that anymore.
I don't think it's safe. I think there's some definite danger involved.
You know what? People used to break their arms and bust their teeth on a regular basis on the monkey bars.
Oh,
and
God,
nobody thought about it.
Nobody stopped us.
It was just like, it was more like your fault. If you broke your arm.
It was kind of, yeah.
It was like, well, you weren't obviously playing right.
Surely. Piano bars.
Piano bars. I don't know I think that's a place where you drink and listen to the piano.
Seems self-explanatory.
I guess that's okay if you're trying to mellow out. It's just,
Piano bars. I think that might be where you listen to pianos and are at a bar. I don't know.
yeah, I don't know.
Wow.
It's not my go-to.
I guess not. Lucky Charms.
Lucky Charms. I like the Lucky Charms. They might be stereotypical, so we're probably going to see a mascot. We're going to see a character redone shortly, I'm
You
guessing.
think?
And I didn't beg for them as a child, though. They must not have been magically delicious like the commercials.
Come on, Phil, do the voice.
They're magically delicious.
I love it.
Yeah, but I didn't beg for them. I begged for Count Chocula, but I did
love
not
Count Chocula.
But I did not beg for Lucky Charms.
I want some Lucky Charms now. Pluto.
Pluto, love both the previous planet and the cartoon character. Identified with his intellectual disabilities and
The planet or the dog?
the dog.
Okay.
I don't know much about the planet's intellectual disabilities, but I identified it with Goofy's.
Wait. Goofy is a different character.
Pluto. Oh, you're right.
Oh my God.
Oh, I had a problem there.
I think
See,
you do.
I demonstrated I have an intellectual disability.
Well, for one thing, Goofy wears pants and Pluto does not.
Well, Pluto's the dog of
Goofy's kind of a dog.
Yeah, well, he is. So wait a minute. So how is Pluto walking around on all fours and then
That
Goofy
is-
is? Do you think that?
I don't think Goofy's a dog.
Do you think Goofy is Pluto's relative in any way?
No, I think it has to be that Pluto is a dog
Yeah.
and Goofy is not. The Love Boat.
Soon we'll be making another run. The Love Boat. I love it. There's what's not to like about the Love Boat. I think we've
It's got
discussed this
Charo.
before. It's got a starlet in a bikini. It's got I hated the stories with Gopher. I hated those stories. No, actually, worse than that. No, Gopher was okay. Captain Steubing, boring.
Oh, that was so boring. Oh
Boring.
my God.
Plus, I didn't think it was possible for old people to have love.
That's not real.
You can't. Old people don't feel love.
I see now. I always looked forward to a Gopher episode because it usually
Yeah.
involved a bikini girl of some sort.
Yeah, you're right. Although I couldn't buy it. It was like, I guess that gave me hope. The goofy Gopher guy.
Oh, God.
Go-
Internet Explorer.
May it rest in peace. It is now, I think, something called Spark or something else like that on my computer.
Really?
It's got another name. Same thing.
Sorry, Microsoft. You can call it whatever you want. Nobody wants it.
As long as it's forced on me, I don't like it. So I'm calling it. That Internet Explorer didn't ask for consent.
Didn't ask. Oh man, the Adam West Batman.
I think the Adam West Batman is fine. I think it represents something that is iconic, and he wasn't all muscular. I guarantee you, he did not have six pack
No,
underneath that
he
shirt.
didn't have a 2-pack.
But he had a demeanor, and that's all you really need. You just need a demeanor.
And he did the Batusi. There's
Yeah,
a lot to be said for that.
and a lot of shenanigans going on the bat set.
Yeah, I'll bet there was. And that's been another episode of Instant Opinion. Thank you for joining us. I've been one of your hosts, Tim.
I'm the other one, Phil.
Bye.
Bye.
Greetings. I am Alice, highly paid digital assistant to the two moderately entertaining nerds of the Two Men podcast. Want to let us know what you thought of the show? Have a topic you'd like to hear discussed? Feel like demanding your money back? We'd love to hear from you on 2 out of those 3 questions. Drop us an email at twomencast@gmail.com. In the meantime, please rate us and leave a review on iTunes or your podcast service of choice. Also, for all discussions moderately entertaining, you can find us at facebook.com/2mencast. Please join us again next week when we'll be guaranteed to be funny. or not.